Hey guys, Elite Legionario here, bringing you another 1 vs 1 for some Shogun Total War action. In this battle I'll be facing off against a chap named Pfvluis. I'm not sure if I say your name right, but that is how I would say it. So anyway, I've got, unlike my last army, I've got a much more vet heavy army. As you can see, they've only got 2 and 3 level upgrades, but they're still much more effective. So anyway, I have my my Brewstorm no Dachi, my Fist of Glory from the last battle, which is actually slightly weakened. I forgot to recover it. I have the Red Katana Guard and the White Knights, my 2 Katana Samurai units, and I've got a Yari Yashigara in the back. I've got a Katana Cav. I have 2 units of Bow Samurai rather, and a Yari Samurai, which I didn't actually put in the front like I was meant to. I thought it was in the front, but it wasn't. I also have 2 units of Bow Cav, which, as I keep saying in other battles, I'm going to keep practicing on. So my plan was to rush up, use this piece of wood at Woods and River as a defensible location to take some cover, and to get quick control of the shrine and the sword dojo. I want to just dominate the fight, and I want to also, the Bow Cav I want to use to deny, I was originally going to use to deny him getting the archery dojo. The reason why is because he's got an enormous archer force. Well, not an enormous, but he's got 4 archers, 4 bow samurai, he's got katana samurai, 1 more bow samurai, he's got 5 bow samurai rather, he's got 4 katana samurai, 4 there, 1 naginata samurai, a light cavalry unit, and a Yari Samurai there, and a Yari Cav there. Now, automatically, some of you are probably seeing the mistake I'm making right now. Well, I haven't quite got round to the part, but I've isolated my Bow Cav too far from my own line here. Now, if I was looking back on it, I could have capitalised on this sooner. I do capitalise on it, but not as quickly as I probably could have. Could have taken advantage of the fact that he's distracted. But as you can see, I'm getting cut off by his Light Cav and his Yari Cav. So I hope I make a quick charge at his Light Cav in the hopes I can knock it right out of the fight before it has much show. This does not work as planned because his Yari Cav is too close and I get routed. I try pulling out of it and trying to get away, but it doesn't work. What I should have done is gone back around, but that was a mistake. But yeah, just because you make a mistake does not necessarily mean you've buggered everything up. So what I do is I rush up through here, try and take advantage of the fact that he's probably distracted dealing with my Bow Cav. I've also got a unit of these, my Wedge of Fury Yari Cav I forgot to mention. I always like to use these guys in ambushes and traps, because they've got a really good decisive charge, so if I get a nice heavy charge in, there's a high probability they'll inflict a heavy damage on them. So the reason, initially I come to the edge and I consider a missile duel, but I don't do it, because he's going to outdo me with 3 units. So yes, I do have the cover of the woods, and that is advantageous. It's just not going to go my way. Plus, he's only got 4 infantry, and they are not up to scratch with mine. Now, they're not crap or anything. Katana Samurai and Naginata Samurai are quite decent, but they are not up to scratch with my vetted units and stuff like that. So, what I do is I use my my Bow Samurai to basically lay down some cover fire, if we're going to talk in modern terms, some cover fire, and I'm going to charge. Now, he's going to flame my Yari Samurai. Now, this is not a bad idea, but in my opinion, he targeted the wrong unit. I would have targeted the Nodachi unit. But what I'm also going to do is bring up my Yari Cav, so that I can cause him to do what he's doing here with his Naginata Samurai. He has to peel them back to shield the flank, which means I can rush quicker. So he might rout my unit over there, but I am going to get the rest of my units in with a full charge and kick some serious ass. Also over here, his general's bodyguard is a bow general, which is completely undefended. So I'm going to do a charge on it in the hopes I can knock his general out with my Yari Cav. So as you can see, my infantry just absolutely sliced straight through his line, with their upgrades, and they're stronger, and they've got the sword dojo, the shrine and everything, so everything's going good. I pull out here though because I see his Cav coming in, but I make a blunder here and I take my eyes off this Cav unit, which is going to get hit in the flank, which is a waste of a very useful Cav unit. So there's a micro mistake on my part. But I was so focused on my other Cav in this flank here, that's why I made that mistake. But it's not a big deal, because even though he's going to try and flank me, he's going to be counter-outflanked by these bows shooting their arrows right into his back. And I'm going to punch straight through. I'm going to go round his flank with my Yari Cav and try and find his general again, or go for a hammer and anvil strike. So apparently I'm losing decisively. If that's so, it doesn't seem like it is, but they are actually doing really well, because now I bring in the rest of my katanas to offer support. So here's his general sitting here again, so he makes similar mistakes, so just some basic micro mistakes where you take your eyes off a certain area of the field for too long, and I will rout his general, and that's what I want. So I pull out, his general's routed, or it looked like it was routing anyway, and as you can see, his whole army just breaks, and now I'm going to outflank it with my general's bodyguard itself, get my general into the thick of it, and cause some routes. He's going to come with his cav, and I'm going to counter it and come around the flank with my Yari cav, and that should rout his remaining cav and his infantry forces. So I come out on top of this one pretty soundly, really, and basically he used a large missile contingent, which it doesn't necessarily mean, I mean, it could probably work pretty well if you know what you're doing with it, but I basically used the forest to cover me, and I used my other, even though the bow cav didn't work the way I wanted them to, they provided a distraction, so I capitalised on that distraction, and then rushed him while he was somewhat busy. And I also basically just I kind of confused him with my charge there, when, you know, I took advantage of it, and he focused all his attention on one of my Yari samurai, and I was able to use my confusion with my, which is what I was trying to say before, but I got tongue-tied. Use my hidden Yari cav unit to go around the flank, which forced him to kind of focus some tension back for them, and it was able to allow me to apply a more aggressive force to one point there in his army. So anyway, I had 1,173 men deployed, I got 541 losses and 961 kills. He had 1,215 men, so similar sized armies. He had 966 losses and 536 kills. So if we take a look at the unit statistics, the general comes in with 44, so no losses, so the generals always get some action these days. My bow cav, 19, 55 losses, not good. But as you can see, but this bow samurai 54, so even with the cover there, even though they were well outnumbered, they were very effective. Because I basically, again, by the rush, he had to force his men back, and I could continue firing. So they had plenty of opportunity, and they had my flank covered. So if I got flanked, I could just turn their archer fire into the back of the enemy, so it was all good. My Yari cav, the Wedge of Fury, 149. This unit's always doing very well nowadays. It really fails me, so I'm really pleased. And my Katana Samurai, the White Knights, 101. The Red Guard, 96. My Yari Ashigaru, 92, so it's pretty sweet. Of course, the Storm Assault Squad, or the Yari Samurai had, they were the brunt of his archer fire on the approach, but that's fine, because they did a very glorious job. But this one goes to the Nodachi, especially the Blue Storm, 196. This unit is just kicking ass in the fights where it actually goes my way, and 120 for the Fist of Glory, which was depleted already. It had only come in the battle at 93, so I must remember to rest units. And of course my other bow samurai, 21, so they didn't do that well, but I made a blunder with them, but I was able to make a sort of quick recovery with it. And I also blundered with my Katana cav, which is usually a very good cav unit, but I just didn't keep my eye on it very well. So his general, 24 losses, 10 kills, so he was kind of the target of one of my Katana cavalry, no, my Yari cavalry rather. But if you see his bow samurai, they did take some kills, but they just didn't get a chance to do what he wanted. I didn't let him have his fight, basically. His Yari cav, 126, and his Nagino samurai, 90, 63 for his light cav, so yeah, he did some really pretty good work there. But I kind of just denied him what he wanted to do. He needed to sort of set up a defense there where I wouldn't be able to just rush him. What he could have done is rushed my infantry of his own. They probably would have broken, but he could have swung around the flanks with his archers. That might have worked, because he still was doing pretty good with his cav as well. But not that again guys, I'm not a pro at this game or anything, it's just some ideas I have and get. But anyway, good game to Pfvluis, if I'm saying that right, and I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for playing. I enjoyed, and thank you guys for watching. Certainly hope you enjoyed. Feel free to leave comments, tips, advice. I'm all for it. Criticisms, whatever, as long as you do it in a you know, fair way, as long as you're like swearing at me. Not that I think any of you will, but you do hear these things happening. But anyway guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon next time.